Alright. Animated cat. Animated cat! Alright, I'm live for 3 seconds. We're going to me. Oh, what's up? Alright, excellent. Let's listen to some hot dad synth down as we paint these miniatures. Alright, let's make brown. Let's make sure that's it. Let's have that just hitting the yellow. Have that in the background a little bit, you know? Just have it kissing the yellow there. So, right. Alright. Test this. Test. Alright. Yeah, so today we're going to be checking out the Reaper Bones 5 Learn to Play Kit. Excellent connection. We're live. This should be public. There's a couple people watching. So, this is the pamphlet that comes with the Learn to Play Kit, which comes with everything that you need to start painting Reaper Bones. I thought it'd be a good idea to paint one of these according to the detailed instructions that they have and see how good this is. When I originally started learning how to paint miniatures, I actually learned from a weird website, and I learned like fancy stuff first. So I actually learned the base coat, dry brush, wash, dry brush, details, and then dry brush again. So it's a little bit weird. This is the uber simple base coat, wash, and then just highlight colors, details, and then details. Where's the dry brush on this? See, I guess it's interesting because they mix in the steps. So they actually do, like, in most cases, the simplest instructions, like the dry brush is like the absolute final test. But in this one, they actually have a final one where it's just like they do washes as the final step. So that's interesting. This is what I'm painting today. This is the little Reaper Bones 5 Boulderkin. The Boulderkin guy. He's a very cool miniature. Yeah, obviously there's a lot of different ways you can paint these bad boys. But today we're going to be following instructions, because this Boulderkin is the one that has the detailed instructions on here. And we'll see how he turns out. Alright. So a base coat is the first layer that you paint on the miniature. And in this case, we want to get this up here. For the Boulderkin, mix 3 drops of solid white and 1 drop of black. So we're doing it off the stuff that they gave us, which means that we don't have all the shades we need, so we'll have to do some mixing and painting and stuff, which is fine. So 3 drops of white, 1 drop of black. Yeah. This has some very good first. Rinse your brush out every few minutes. Excess. Allow the paint to dry for 3 minutes. To the CNC shine. Boulderkin makes 3. Paint all of the figure grids. So 1, 2, 3. Drop of it. Good suit. I think I have to cover well. Fluid enough. Alright. So yeah, it gives examples of like what the thickness you're looking for. So there we go. This white actually is a little bit thicker than I would have assumed, considering this is like green stuff. I am going to cheat a little bit and water down my brush. Technically, I shouldn't be doing this. And I'm going to use a separate little brush here for mixing this paint together. Just a crappy brush I can use for this. And again, even if you're using like crappy brushes, you can always Always buy natural hair brushes. So, field natural hair brushes. The elevator music's drowning you out. I knew it. I knew it. Every time I try to set this up, it's just never the right sound. Yeah, I mean, I think OBS is just bad. Alright. Hopefully that's better. I'm gonna actually make my mic a little bit louder. So, apologies. Apologies if I was illegible until now. This is what happens with the OBS. Like, you always have to reset everything. I'll have to just try to save these savings. Save these settings, rather. Yeah, okay. So that should be good enough. So, the one thing that I already am having a minor complaint about is that the 3 drops of paint is you get chunky drops in this here dang old thing, so you're already going to be wasting a little bit of paint. And doing it as they kind of tell you to do it, like you're already painting on the miniature like the same, pretty much the same color the miniature is already, so I would still recommend that if people, especially with the newer Reaper Bones, like, you know, polyurethane primer is a really good start. So I would invest in some Vallejo or some Badger polyurethane primer for the Reaper Bones. It seems to work pretty good on like all Reaper Bones, but especially like the newer ones that are a little bit better mix of PVC and whatnot. Get my base coat on this little boulderkin. Pretty situated well. Make sure this is completely covered and dry before we go to the next step. Visually, I mean, this is like the exact same gray color that the miniature is in. So that's a little bit weird. But whatever. We're gonna get this guy going. There we go. Thank you for telling me about the music situation. It's always weird. Black spray paint will work really well on the newer Reaper Bones, and especially the Bones Black. The Bones Black spray paint works perfectly on those. For regular Reaper Bones, especially the older ones, I've always found that spray paint doesn't work all that great. Some people have said that cheap spray paint will work on the older Reaper Bones, but I've had too many things where it dried tacky or it didn't dry properly at all. Something about the PVC material of that first round of Reaper Bones, spray paint does not work well on it at all. That's just my experience. But certainly, I think with the newer Reaper Bones stuff, this in particular, this technically is not a Reaper Bones Black, but it's such a stiffer material than the original Reaper Bones that I think I might have to test out some spray paint on these newer ones to see. Yeah, the Badger stuff, the Stylize, if that's what the same thing is. I know Badger Stylize, I think, is the same stuff. And pretty much any polyurethane like brush-on primer works really well on all Reaper Bones. Alright. So this is almost dry already. I got my little mini USB fan here. Oh, that's gonna be loud. Let me know if the fan is too loud. That's not gonna work out. I can't have a fan going. That's dumb. That's literally right next to the microphone. Alright. So now we have to do the wash. So there's detailed instructions about what a wash is and how you want to mix 2 to 5 drops of water with 1 drop of paint. Now, of course, you can make your own washes, but for me, and I won't be doing this because I'm actually following the instructions, so I'll make my own wash with water, but the Army Paint stuff, the Army Paint inks / washes, this is the really good stuff. Now, I'm not talking about the dip in the container. I'm talking about the little things of the ink wash, or just, I think they just call them washes now. So, yeah, that stuff is very good. I like that a lot. Alright. So, we're going to try to make a wash here. Dip your brush, pool of paint, blah, 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 blah. For the Boulderkin, 2 drops of... Oh, that's interesting. So they're going to give it a blue wash, which is... It's kind of interesting. It'll give it an interesting thing. So we want to use the Dragon Blue, which is... We'll learn to paint kit comes with a lot of stuff. Oh, that's a much lighter... 2 drops of... Okay, that's interesting. So this actually uses both black and blue wash, which is fascinating. Dragon black, dragon blue. Alright, I'm gonna try to do 2 small drops of dragon black. 1 drop, 2 drops. So 2 drops of dragon black. Then 1 drop of dragon blue. 1 drop. Dragon blue. And it says we need to get... It gives you a little bit of a... So, let's see here. Alright, I'm just trying to look through the instructions to see if they... Yeah, see, I thought they told you paint will be thin, wash is dry, blah, 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 blah. Just reading here, this different little thing here. Mixing 3 drops of water. Alright, 4 drops of water. Mixing paint, preparing paint. PD's pointer, mixing paint stuff. You can use the... Okay, so it does tell you can use the handle of your brush to create water drops. So it goes into detail with some stuff, which you would assume like most people would know that kind of stuff. But it is interesting that they're being... Is this 1, 2, 3, 4... Alright, so that's 4 drops of the agua there. So that's interesting. I would have expected maybe that they would have, like, just had it, but, you know. So there are some little tips and tricks in here that are definitely aimed at people new to the hobby. That is a very dark wash. Okay, yeah. So that's actually got a pretty good thing. So I actually did add an extra... Oh, wow, yeah, that's... Because of the fat drops... Oh, hey, everybody. I'm sorry to... People are asking questions. This is the Boulderkin from the Learn to Paint kit. And I am testing out the Learn to Paint kit. And I'm reminded why it's so much easier to use pre-made washes than trying to make yours. Of course, you know, people like Black Magic Craft have, like, really nice, you know, little, dang old, what you call it, recipes for dark washes and stuff. So, yeah, I mean, that's super cool and whatnot, but it is less of a pain, and you get a solid formulation with the Army Painter washes, so you don't have to worrying about stuff get all muddled and whatnot. So, trying to make sure that this wash does not pool, and that's getting in the crevasses here. Alright. Well, that's pretty good. So we will let that dry for a couple minutes. Is this the paint from the Kickstarter? Yes, this is the Reaper Bones 5. Reaper Bones 5 Learn to Paint kit. So yes, this is the thing that's a good deal if you just want the miniatures and the paint. But I thought I would paint the Boulderkin like they do in the dang old instructions here and see how it turns out. I should probably be using the brushes from the actual thing for this, but I'm going to cheat and not really do that. Let's see here. So, dry brushing. Barely any paints. So you want to make sure the wash is completely dry on Mr. Boulderkin here before we begin this step. And that might take a couple minutes. Wah, 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 wah. So I've been trying to make up for the lost weekend here. I think I'm going to do some sculpting after this, even though it's late at night, because I just had work today and just crashed out after work, and I did not actually get as much stuff done as I wanted to. See here. Hope everybody's having a great weekend so far. I'm going to be doing the silent auction tomorrow. Going to go to my local board game place and do the silent auction. I'm going to be donning my P100 mask, the 3M mask. That's one of the few masks that actually works pretty well if you have a beard. So the P100 3M mask with the heavy-duty filters on it. I'm going to be going to there and doing the silent auction thing. Very interesting stuff. Alright, so I should really put this next to the fan. Oh, you know what? I can move the fan. I'm gonna move the fan over here. There we go. That shouldn't hit the mic too hard. That way the fan will dry the wash a little bit quicker. Yeah, the Reaper has done consistent Kickstarters. Now, a lot of people kind of fault them on that, but they always, I think, looking back, I think they've always fulfilled their Kickstarters completely before starting the next one. So other companies don't do that, and that's... I think they should be, you know... It's good that they fulfill everything before they start their next Kickstarter. And I understand completely, because Reaper is in a weird spot where, you know, they're doing a lot of cool stuff that other larger companies aren't doing. They're making miniatures in America, and their whole goal from the beginning was trying to get that going by buying the sort of equipment that they would need to do that kind of production. So yeah, it's very interesting, but yeah, Reaper is doing a lot of stuff, and it's very difficult for them to create this many molds and whatnot, because even though the PVC material is cheaper, the molds to make PVC into miniatures is way more expensive than the molds that use pewter. So that's why you see all the smaller companies in the US using pewter miniatures. And Reaper is one of the few ones that is actually trying to make like PVC mix miniatures in the US. So I think I kind of understand why they do so many Kickstarters, because I think it would be very difficult for them to create this many new miniatures without doing that. And yeah, and I think the value that you get for the Kickstarters is really nice, but I understand it's so annoying that they have so many Kickstarters. I think it'd probably like lay off a little bit and maybe put a little bit more time in between the Kickstarters, maybe, but I don't know. I think everybody's been super happy with this last one. The quality of the miniatures is just... It'd be one thing if they did all these Kickstarters and the quality of the product didn't go up. But the quality of the Reaper Bones miniatures is so much better now than their first attempt. It's crazy. Let's see here, what we got. Yeah. I mean, it's just... They really just broke some ground with that first Kickstarter, and after that, you know... Oh man, this is going to take a while to dry, I think. Alright, well, maybe I'll do some... Maybe I'll do some base coating on some other miniature while I'm waiting. Let's see here. Kumot Soul guy here. Let's use some dang old paint here on Kumot Soul. Wow, okay. It's the constant thing of figuring out which paints have dried and which paints have not. Skeleton Key, this is metallic. Let's have a nice, no, maybe a cloth color, like maybe just an off-white of some sort. It's a lot of skeleton tones. I guess I was planning on doing a skeleton. Let's see. This is Terran Khaki. Let's mix that up with some gray there. And get a nice kind of, hopefully sort of looks like homespun. See, this is what I usually do nowadays. I just usually add a drop of the old Artist's Acrylic Flow Improver paint to get a nice thin paint for this first base coat. Because I've been doing like, you know, BS Zenithal-esque highlights. Just doing base coats while I wait for that other thing to dry. That is what I'm doing right now. Hey, Pierce. Peace. Owlbear squad. Yeah, I should be painting some owlbears. Not sure why exactly my owlbear painting has been so lackluster lately. Here we go. I need to clean up this area so I have a place to work. Alright, let's check to see. Yeah, Loot Golem is an interesting miniature. I've been trying to figure out how I'm going to tackle that one. What with the dang old... the Loot Golem's dang old clear translucent qualities. Alright, dry brush, baby. Wipes both sides of the brush barely. Okay, double checking the shiny paint, hair dryer, and load tuning. Right. 3 drops of white, 1 drop black. Dry brush the entire gray mixture, or the entire thing of the boulder tip. And this is dry enough. 3 drops white, 1 drop black. You'll always be surprised how many, like, bottles of white and black you go through? At least me. I don't know. 3 drops white, 1 drop black. 1, 2, 3. 1 drop black. 1. Alright, so 3 drops white, 1 drop black, and dry brush this whole dang thing. Alright, so there we go. Alright, so a second highlight. Oh my goodness. Yeah, so it's like they want to do the thing where it's just like the upward facing surfaces and edges for the second dry brush. So I did the first dry brush, and this was like the standard thing of base coat, wash, and then dry brush. So 2 additional dry brushes. First, mix 5 drops. Alright, so we want to do even more. So 5 drops of solid white. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then 1 drop of black. 1 drop black. Use the thing to mix those together. See, I don't know if it's a bit of a pain to do this. Because like you're gonna be wasting paint, because there's no way you're gonna use like 6 drops of paint to do a limited dry brush on 1 miniature. So it's the one thing that I don't really. But I guess if you're learning to paint, then you have to. And there's gonna be some. There's gonna be some stuff like this that happens. Do not dry brush the lighter. So once again, and whenever I dry brush too, I do the classic thing of just testing it on my thumb to see if there's paint coming off of it or not. Alright, so that's not looking too bad. Again, little boulderkin. It's a good miniature for this little specific thing, you know? Now we're going to do a final dry brush of just white on surfaces facing straight up or the top edges. Just white. So just the top, light hand, only surfaces facing straight up to the top edges. So that's the final dry brush. Again, the Boulder Golem, a perfect miniature. Again, if you're new, if you just stopped on, I'm basically following the instructions for the brand new Reaper Learn to Paint kit, so I could finally learn how to paint. All right, details. You can use techniques used to add a few details in a finished painting of Boulderkin. Not to paint over the details of the area you've already completed. Use this smaller round brush to be more precise. Mix 1 drop of nut brown and 1 drop of woodland brown. Browns. Nut brown. Woodland brown. Alright, so we want to do 1 drop of the nut brown, 1 drop of the woodland brown. 1 drop nut brown, and then 1 drop of woodland brown. Yeah. And then 2 drops of water. We want to get the round brush, touch the bristles. Touch the bristles on the thing, wick off excess paint, blush the area in the area on the boulder. Oh. So we want to brush on an area of the Boulderkin to tint it brown. So let's just see. Yeah, that's not exactly tinting it brown. I think with the washes, they're not not really telling them to... I mean, this is not tinting. This is just straight up just painting it. 2 drops of water. It just seems like 2 drops of water is just not enough to get this to the consistency that like it would just tint the paint here. Like 4 drops of water seems like it would be more likely to do that. We're talking about tinting little bits and pieces of this. Mix 1 drop of dragon green for moss. So we want to do a little bit of dragon green here. They use metric drops. My American drops are just too heavy. One lid round. Okay, so this is just straight up dry brushing. I do like this, though. This is not like a... Okay. Using the flat brush, dry brush green over some spots on the Boulderkin. Next Mitch. Oh, I'm gonna do the same thing, but this time add some yellow. A little bit of green. A little bit of brown. I like the canary yellow. It's a very good formulated paint there. It's a little bit, seems a little bit brighter than the old saffron yellow that they used to have. So we're going to do that. Yeah, see, it's not very good. Ah, drop, one drop, brilliant red, and one drop, canary yellow. Wham. Paint canary yellow. Final things here, just touch ups and stuff. All right, dry brush. There we go. That's fun. Paint the ground area 2 coats woodland brown. Woodland brown. Oh, so I have to do all these instructions. So this is actually a bit of a pain. Let's let this thing dry here, because there's like 8 steps for coating the little textured base here, which is a pain. Alright, so we want to let this dry a little bit, then coat another coat of woodland brown, and then you have to do another homemade wash made of nut brown and water, and then dry brush, and then dry brush again. Oh my god. I should have gotten my heat gun out, or well, I don't know if a heat gun actually. Would a heat gun be better than a hair dryer for making paint dry quicker? I wonder. Hey, Sean Blake. Hey, my dudes. Hey, Sean. Hope your evening's going well. Yeah, I got my I've got my air purifier going on full blast because of the plumbing issues in this place. There was a bit of an issue. So the air purifier actually I think has been helping out a lot. So you can't see, but the AC unit's screwed up, so I basically have a HEPA filter like covering the front of the AC unit because I'm not using it. Because it's all messed up. So the HEPA filter's covering it just in case there's any nasty stuff coming in. It's gonna hit the HEPA filter and not like come in the room. And then that regular fan is there for when it's cold enough outside. I like to every once in a while just blow the air out. Just have all the fans on the house on and just blow air out of the house and have air coming in from the other room. So there's just a lot of air circulation and things get, things move a little bit. In case if you're wondering why I'm wearing my oh so elite StarCraft headphones is because with my new microphone, I never figured out how to get the headphone jack to work on it properly, and I don't want to mess with it because the audio quality is really nice in the new headphone and the new microphone. It's a Yeti X, so it's very nice. So I don't want to mess with that. I could just be using regular earbuds, but I literally don't have an extension cable, so I just ordered the $5 extension cable off eBay. Not eBay, Amazon. So that hopefully will come in soon, and I will be able to get this situated. This guy's actually looking pretty good. I mean, the main thing is pretty much done. I borked up the moss looking stuff, but I mean, it'll look fine. I'm not complaining. I'm not quite sure how I would have went along that myself to get a better looking thing on it, but it's fine. Alright, so while that's drying, I'm going to mix up a wash with 1 nut brown and 1 drop of water. Yeah, you know what, Blake? Have you been over to the Discord? Let me share the Discord right now, because if you want to share pictures of your miniatures, the Discord is the easiest way to do that. If you're already on the Discord, I'm going to hop over there right now. You can post up there. AJ Pickett channel announcement was. I don't know what the AJ Pickett channel announcement was. I know who that is. But I didn't notice. Okay. A lot of people leaving YouTube because of economic reasons. So hopefully it won't be something like that. He's worked with a lot of people that I do know. I know he's done stuff with like a lot of smaller guys like let's see here. Get the invite link, copy, paste. There we go. There we go. Blake, Sean Blake. There's the Discord link. You can always share pictures of your painting projects in the painting section. Oh, Server Nomad's doing a very nice. He painted up the silver dragon like a wyvern thing. That looks actually pretty cool. Then they did the classic Sur 4 scale. There's a lot of cool stuff on there right now. Alright. Let's see if this is going to be dry yet. I'm going to put this... Alright. We got to do the wash. Okay. I should have planned to paint more other miniatures because It always works so much better. And you have multiple stuff to do.
Yeah, my name's Umat Soul.
Not so look like. Alright, let's see here. Questions. Flesh Eater Court model. I gotta see these. Ooh, very nice. Yeah, no, I like it. Yes, that's some very good basing. I really like the basing on those. Yeah, no, you definitely... The color choices is very nice. I like the, it's, I don't know what you can compare it to, but it's very nice. But the bases are, like, excellent. Yeah, those are really cool models. But I think you definitely did a really good job of, getting a nice, like, really, it's not exactly vibrant, but it's just like the color palette is just really just an excellent choice for those miniatures. I really like the purple variant on the wings and just the deep blues and stuff. But yeah, the basing is really nice too. That's very cool. Yeah, those I don't mind the miniatures. Yeah, no, those definitely look like ice. 100%. It really does have like the cracked ice like effect. You can really tell. I like the cracked ice is really nice, but also like just the blue, where you get that like the lines coming in, so it looks like the water is still like flowing underneath it, but it's like you have the layer of ice on top. Yeah, it looks really nice. Yeah, we got some Sigmar Hammer bros there. Again, the basing on those looks really
If you
nice.
like what I'm making, blast that subscribe button, smash the share,
Yeah, very good job. Somebody's asking me what my actual job is. It's like, yeah, I don't talk about that on screen. I work for a non-profit. That's as far as I like to talk about my regular job. I work for a non-profit. I work way too many hours. Oh, that is that like the second time he asked? I don't know. I think I just drone footage for the NSA. No. Ironically, I think I know a guy who does that. I know a guy who does drone footage for some government agency. Perhaps not the NSA, but that's hilarious. Yes. It's me, Sigmario. Alright, let's see what we got here. Is this dried out? Well, it's almost that way. Alright, let's finish up the 10 steps for this damn base so I can finish. And then dry brush with Woodland Brown yet again. For a base that you can barely see under the model, this is quite a few steps, I must say. Alright. You can consider that dry brush done. And then we have to do another dry brush after that of Woodland Brown mixed with Camellia. I should have prepped like... Oh, I got my little bandit miniatures here that I've been painting for like months and months. Is this guy bald? Maybe he is. Whatever. Oh, why can I not see anything? I'm looking for some flesh tones or something. There we go. Alright, so what we got here? Is this dry? Yes. This looks dry. Alright. Final step, hopefully. We want 1 drop of woodland brown and 1 drop of canary. Yeah, well, no, this is the second to last final step, frankly. 1 drop of that. 1 drop of canary yellow, which I think, again, is probably a really nice paint that I like a lot. And we're going to mix those together. And pick him up, get him off the base of paint this entire rim of his base. Black bases. Reds. Why did I do that? That was dumb for me. Well, I think that's that then. So the Learn to Paint kit, pretty good. I screwed up whatever the moss thing was, I screwed up. Like, it looks terrible. Everything else looks okay, but the moss effect that they were going for with the, I mean, the eyes are the classic thing. I actually like doing the opposite. I like having the orangish background and then, the yellowish background and then the orangish pupils. But this works okay. I would have actually done maybe a purple or some sort of greenish thing, since this is like a Galeb Gur. So the red is not the greatest. The orangish red is not the greatest. Like the very subtle effect with the brown worked, but I mean it's just the green just looks like garbage. I almost kind of just want to completely redo that, frankly. there. I think that's... They probably could have gone without this step, maybe. It just seems a little bit, seems like a little bit needlessly difficult. Yeah, I can see what they're going for. I think like the spot on top, if you can kind of see that, that's what they were kind of going for the simplistic moss thing. I mean, there are better ways to do that, like effect. painted his back a little bit mossy. There we go. I think I fixed it. Yeah, I think that looks okay from, like... I mean, again, like, I keep on... My thing is, like, you're going to be seeing these things from, like, 3 feet away, so, like, they don't need to look, like, really amazing close up. But I think that fixed it in terms of a huge, blotchy, dry brush mess. But, yeah, again, I tried to follow the rules as close as I can, and it turned out okay. Now, I'm really tempted to paint another one of these guys, just with my own quick painting techniques, and just see if I can get a better result with, like, way less work. Because this stream is what? This stream has been going on for... How long has this stream been going? There's, wait, 1 hour and 26 minutes, where I did some basic base coating on another miniature, and I painted one miniature. That's way too long. Way too long. People who watch my streams know I just, you know, I just go very fast when I'm painting miniatures usually. And following the directions on this one, you know, it, you know, wasn't the greatest, frankly. And, yeah. Now the brown dry brush stuff went okay. And I think the main painting steps are fine, but, just trying to do the multiple steps is just, definitely is not my style of painting. Definitely looks okay, but, like, I'm not cool with spending this much time painting a miniature, even though it turned out okay. Certainly happy with this guy. But, yeah, I just, following directions like this, not the greatest. But with the Learn to Paint kit, you do get a significant amount of paints that are very useful, and this is a very good, you know, you get, like, you know, you get the 12 paints and the 2 paint brushes and a bunch of miniatures, so it's really not a bad kit. And the directions, hopefully, I think most people will kind of, like, use the directions, but then kind of go their own way in terms of painting and stuff. So they are useful, but I mean, for someone like me who learned to paint just from looking up stuff on the internet, like, yeah, I mean, it's just, I don't think that this, trying to follow the directions, man, it's just an hour and, like, 20 minutes to paint one miniature, really. Like, it's just, it's not worth it, dude. So the directions are good, but not for me. Maybe other people will get more out of it. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's already. I have other stuff to do. It's already past midnight, and I have to get stuff done tomorrow because I had to work today, and I didn't get a lot of stuff done. So sadly, I am gonna have to stop now. I'll do another painting stream soon. Probably not tomorrow because I got the silent auction tomorrow. So hopefully I'll find some cool stuff and be able to make a video out of that. I went to the thrift stores. I found some Lord of the Rings stuff, board game stuff, which is really cool. I found the pre-painted stuff from the DVD game, which is hilarious because it looks like they completely reused the molds and then did pre-painted Lord of the Rings miniatures for the DVD board game, which is just fun. So yeah, I'll be doing stuff with that. I want to get more sculpting done, and I've got to just sell stuff on eBay, man. If you'll notice, the large pile of books that used to be there is gone because I actually got myself motivated and I sold that large pile of just random graphic novels and stuff. So that's good. So I'm clearing up this one room. I mean, obviously, this is not exactly an amazing workspace. I like it just because everything's within reach, but it'd be nice to get like organized. I have these little acrylic plastic bins, but like I just have too many paints now for that to fit in, so I'll have to come up with another solution. Though it is nice just to have everything out and messy like this, so I can just grab anything I want while I'm painting. It'd be nice if it was a little bit more visually nice looking, I guess. And yeah, so I have a full day tomorrow, so I cannot stream anymore. But I hope you guys had. Yeah, so this is another impromptu stream. I'm gonna try doing some stuff on Twitch. That might be the other thing I try tomorrow, is to do some stuff on Twitch. If I do try to do an improv game D&D on Twitch, I will send out an announcement on the community page in the Discord and the Twitter and the Facebooks, and just let everybody know that I'm going to be doing that. So yeah. So, yep. But again, I need to give some time just to relax too, because I crashed today. And it's, yeah. It's a shame, but it happened. Alright, I will see you guys all later. You all have a nice afternoon, and you have a nice... it's midnight. Have a nice afternoon at midnight. Have a nice evening, everybody, and I'll check in tomorrow if I'm going to be doing anything on Twitch. See you!